feel like my journey with weight has been quite a steady journey, really. I used to follow a plan that worked for me for years, and I always had a cut off. So if I went over a certain weight, I would rein it in. I knew what to do, and I'd get back at it, and it worked. And that was right until about 2024, when it all went a bit pear-shaped. Into my 50s, nothing seemed to work anymore. And all of the things that I said I'd never do, I resorted to just to try and sort of get back to where I was. And I think it was when I actually bought some drinks rather than eating, I thought, no, this is not for me. I'd always said that I would always do manage my weight in a healthy way. So I followed Anna and Weight Loss Academy online, and I started looking at all different ways of eating, and I realised that actually the way that I was eating was not good for me anymore in my 50s, menopausal, actually not sort of nourishing my body, which is what Weight Loss Academy and Shift and Sustain is all about. Wasn't helping. So bone density, cutting out healthy fats, always trying to sort of manage what I eat was not actually benefiting my body, and perhaps even could have been detrimental to my health. So I decided I want a whole new way of eating, and that's why I decided I'd have a go at one of the reset plans. So I just did a few days, the 5-day reset, to see if I would actually make the recipe, because I'm not a fan of cooking. I really am not a fan of cooking. And I'd absolutely loved it. And what I realised was that I'd been really like depriving myself all week, and then to allow myself a few treats at weekend. And when I say a few treats, I don't mean I would, eat a pie and a cream cake. I mean, literally, my treats at weekend was a sandwich and a bag of Wotsits. That's how exciting it got. And a few drinks and a little bar of chocolate on a Saturday night. So it just all felt hard work. The reset went really well. I absolutely love the food, and a lot of the food with Shift and Sustain is stuff that I really enjoy. I actually like healthy eating, but I'd been depriving myself of things like nuts because, the points in nuts were just horrendous. I would never touch an avocado because, again, there's fat in it. So actually, and another thing that I'd done as well was I'd cut out carbs in an evening in a desperate attempt to really try to just shift the weight. I exercise, but just nothing worked. So actually eating carbs in an evening and snacking regularly has been a bit of a game changer for me, because what I find is that I don't have that urge to eat something that I really want. So yeah, Shift and Sustain's been brilliant. I started it in October and I've lost £10, and a lot of people are losing a lot more than that, but that suits me because I've made it work for me. I've made the plan work for me. I still enjoy a couple of drinks at the weekend, and I've just tweaked it in ways that suit me. So to lose it slower, but in a way that I can maintain and sustain, is what it's all about for me. It's not a quick fix, and I think what's really important as well is that these bad habits that I've picked up over the years, which I only am now realising are bad habits, take time to unpick and undo. So actually forming good habits is something that isn't going to happen overnight either, and accepting is a really big thing. With Shift and Sustain, making you think less about the scales, making you think more about your health, what your body needs. So there's a whole change of mentality that comes with it as well. And the longer you practice these new habits, the more that they become inbuilt and it becomes a way of life. And that was exactly what I wanted from Shift and Sustain. I knew I needed a total change of plan. I knew that they always weren't working, they weren't good for me. I needed to have a total rethink, and this plan has been brilliant. I enjoy all my food. I'm actually even cooking, and what I've realised is that I don't hate cooking, I just hate cooking boring food. So now I experiment a bit more, and I've got some really exciting stuff in my cupboards and the fridge, things that I've never even tried before. So yeah, if you're thinking about it and you need something to sort of give you that change that, and to get you motivated, this is the plan for you. We've got a great team. We have the online support on Facebook. We have our group where it's so good to be able to just go on there at any time and ask questions. It can fit, again, it fits in. You can go on the group when it suits you. You don't have to go out and get weighed and take up one of your evenings to talk about weight, which is also dated now. We have a live group with people on there for support as and when you need it, ideas, motivation. And then we do the Zooms with Anna, which are great. I mean, gosh, one-to-one with the expert. Where else do you actually get that? So without paying huge prices for a one-to-one guide throughout a diet plan. So yeah, if you're thinking about it, don't hesitate. I had really given up hope of ever losing weight and doing it in a healthy way that is sustainable, but Shift and Sustain has been the answer.